This is about Krishna's flute getting stolen. How can somebody steal Krishna's flute? Because Krishna is the supreme lord. But then, for a wonderful pastime, Krishna allows the flute to be stolen, and this story is about that. So, this was during the festival of Holi, where Krishna and his gopis were in the forest throwing colors at each other. That's what happens in Holi, right? And Balramji was also in the forest. Now Balramji also has a few gopis for that who are devoted to Balramji, and then Krishna has his gopis, like Lalita, Vishaka, Tungavidya, Chandravali, Srimati Radharani. So all of them are together, and then Balramji's party is also there playing Holi. And Balramji sees Krishna's gopis as sisters, or like as because it's like Krishna's wives, these gopis, right? So he thinks as they're all his sister-in-laws, sisters-in-law. And then Krishna feels all the gopis who are devoted to Balramji uh, as his older sisters. So they have respect for each other. And so these two parties were playing Holi together, like in two separate groups, but slowly they were kind of attracted to each other, and the groups were coming together. And then Krishna's gopis threw some colors at Balram, and then Balram started chasing them. They were afraid and running. And then all the Gopa boys, Krishna's friends, came. They encircled Balramji and started throwing red color all over him. And he's very very fair complexion with blue attire or dress. So he started looking like a white lotus with all the red petals, because everybody was throwing red on him. And then Krishna came and said, "Oh, you shouldn't all be ganging up on my brother like that. How can you do that?" Again, this all in a very playful mood, not in a fighting mood, and they're all having a good pastime. And then all the Gopa boys, they retreated, and then they saw Balramji is fully red color. Then Balramji threw color at them, and so such wonderful pastime is happening. And then Krishna starts to play his flute, and Krishna's flute is so mesmerizing that everybody is attracted, and they are all engrossed in hearing the wonderful mellifluous voice coming from the flute. And then the gopis say, "Oh, Krishna really controls us with this flute, because whenever he plays us, we just forget ourselves and we're just dancing and going to Krishna. So you know what? We should just take this flute away from Krishna." So they are coming up with a plan how to take this flute away from Krishna. And when they were discussing, there was a Gopa boy. His name was Kusuma Seva. So Kusuma Seva was hearing what was happening. These gopis were discussing how to take this flute from Krishna. And then the gopis were discussing, hey, even when Krishna is kind of in surprise or whatever mood he's in, he holds his flute so tightly with his lotus hands, so we can't get it. Then one gopi was saying, you should actually, Radharani, you should act angry to Krishna, and when he is totally worried, we can probably take the flute away from Krishna. So they were coming up with all these different plans, and then Kusuma Seva heard these plans, and he came to Krishna and said, "Oh Krishna, these gopis are trying to take your flute away. You know what? That can never happen under my protection," said Kusuma Seva. You should just give the flute to me. I will keep it very safe with me. And then Krishna said, "Are you sure? Because the gopis can come and snatch it from you. Then what will you do?" And Kusuma Seva said, "No, I am a Brahmin boy with all the power of my austerities. Nothing can happen if the flute is with me." And then Krishna gave the flute to Kusuma Seva for safekeeping. And at that point, the Kusuma Seva told Krishna, you should start singing now, because your flute is kept safe. You should start singing. And then when Krishna started to sing, all the flowers were all turned towards Krishna, because everybody's attracted to Krishna singing. The river Yamuna stopped. The mighty flowing river stopped, and the water wanted to listen Krishna's singing. And then there were all these different leaves. They were all like dew was flowing out of them, because they, as if they were crying, hearing the wonderful song of Krishna. And then there were these deers who were there, and the deers, from the deers' ears, the sweat, deer sweat was falling off, because it's as if their ears were melting hearing the wonderful song of Krishna. So then Kusuma Seva said, "Oh, my Krishna sings so beautifully." And so now there is this competition between Gopa and Gopis, right? So then the Gopis said, "No way, actually our Gopis sing better. Actually there is Lalita who can sing really good." And then
better than Krishna.
Yeah. So then Kusuma said, "Okay, then let's have a competition and see who wins." And then they found a Gopi who can probably be a judge. So there is a Gopi called Sangeeta Vidya, who knows all the different ragas and talas and everything, and can say who sings better. So then Sangeeta Vidya said, "Okay." She came next to Kusuma Seva and said, "Okay, I will judge who is better singer." And then she made Lalita to sing. And Lalita, sorry, yeah.
So does Kusuma Seva still have the flute?
Yeah. So Kusuma Seva had the flute on his arms like this, and he was saying, and then when Lalita started to sing, he started jumping. Yay! My Krishna is winning, because Lalita was singing in some other tune, and he thought that's not as good as what Krishna is singing. And then when he was jumping, that flute fell down, and he didn't notice. And slowly this Sangeeta Vidya, she took it and hid it, and then by
so
that
he didn't know it fell out.
No, he didn't know. So he's thinking it is still with him, and he's still discussing about the singing. So then they all so Krishna came there, and Kusuma Seva said, "Oh Krishna, you are the better singer." And then Sangeeta Vidya said, "No, I think Lalita is the better singer." And then she made some reasoning and all that. So Krishna said, "I don't think you can debate with these girls. So so please give me the flute back." And then when he looked, the flute wasn't there. And then he thought, "Oh, maybe the flute just fell off." And or not fell off, flute must have just gone away and been taken by the creepers or something. And then everybody started laughing. So that is what happened in this pastime. And now this pastime doesn't end, because at that time what was happening was, when Balramji was with his gopis, the gopis were being led away by this bad demon called Shankachuda, who were ordering them to follow him, and he was taking them forcefully away from Krishna and Balram. And then nobody is higher than Krishna or Balram, and nobody is the owner of the gopis but Krishna. So when Shankachuda is the demon who came and who was taking these gopis away, and then Krishna followed Shankachuda, and then Shankachuda understood, oh, Krishna is following, and started running, but who can keep up with or run away from Krishna. So Krishna could run faster, and Krishna punched him, and he was delivered. And Krishna took this beautiful gem that was on his head, and this Shankachuda is works for Kuvera, who is very rich. So this was a gift from Kuvera, a very very precious gem was on the head of this Shankachuda, and this beautiful jewel Krishna took and he gave it to Balramji as a gift. And so that's the pastime that's shown here. So this Shankachuda was very proud that he was very rich because he was Kuvera's friend, and then he had this beautiful gem. So he never used to look at anybody in the face. Also, he used to always look up as if he is the highest person in the world. But what happened? He got he got destroyed because of his pride. So now, so Krishna came back with the jewel, and what happened was the holy festival. Everybody thought were getting agitated because of this event, but then Krishna came and restored the festivities back, and then everybody came back to the pastime where the of the missing flute. So what happened was then this Kusuma Seva said, "Oh, I think the flute was taken by Sangeeta Vidya because she's kind of hiding and walking around. So I think it is her." And but then Sangeeta Vidya slowly took the flute without anybody seeing and gave it to Lalita, and then Krishna started to check each gopi if you have the flute, and each person didn't have the flute. And then when he reached Lalita, Lalita handed over the flute to Radharani, and then and then what happened was Balramji's Gopa friend came with the jewel and said Balramji wants to give that jewel, you know, the one that Krishna got from Shankachuda and gave it to Balramji. Balramji wanted to give to Radharani. So when this Gopa boy was gifting this wonderful jewel to Radharani, Radharani was so happy to receive it, and she took both her hands to receive it. And then what happened? The flute fell down, and everybody found, oh, Radharani was hiding it. And so Krishna got his flute back. And then Krishna played his flute again, and everybody was really mesmerized by the wonderful flute playing. Okay, so that is the story of Krishna's missing flute. Do any of you have any questions?
So while the flute was gone, like while the other gopi had it, that demon came.
Yeah. And this wonderful pastime is in a book called Ananda Vrindavan Champu by so these pastimes are not in Bhagavatam, but these are retrieved by the meditations of the great wonderful devotees of Krishna, and they've written it down. Because in Bhagavatam it's all concise, it doesn't give us all these details, but because of the transcendental meditation of these wonderful devotees, they can see what happened to this detail, and they we can go read it and understand it. And Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj has put all this in this book so that we can all read it and discuss it like we are doing today. So Acharyas ki jai. All right, so we'll go start the Kahoot then. So all of you, if you can get ready, the pin code is 7779958. Now if you want to scan it from the screen, you can use this.
So when you scan it, will just the code be already put in for you? Okay.
So then you don't have to punch it in because you can just scan it.
Oh wow, there's like no wait. X out the thing. Look. There's little emojis with it. And you can edit it. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, that's a new feature looks like Kahoot have introduced.
Yeah.
All of you have avatars also. So Bella, Ayana, all of your avatars are changing. I don't know which one is you. That's Krishna.
This one.
Oops.
Oh, that's
What happened?
No, I think you excelled someone. Oh, there we go.
Oh no. Hey,
Well, I think
can
they
everybody see?
You made someone go out, actually.
Oh really? Who
Yeah.
was it?
I don't know. Maybe it was Heyman.
Can everybody check if they are on the screen? If not, re-enter. Oh, characters. Do you like characters or should I turn it off? Oh, okay. Oh, there's a nickname generator. Okay, can I start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's the right amount, though.
Okay, I'm going to start.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go start. Nobody objected, so we're starting. Okay, what was the festival during which Krishna's flute was stolen? Gopashtami, Janmashtami, Holi, Deepavali.
When I clicked it, it didn't click, so that's why I got a little lower.
Very good. So, okay, Radha Chaitraji is in first place. Bella and the dot dot dot. I was clicking the dot 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 thinking when I click I'll see the name, but the dot 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 is the name. That's interesting. Okay, Krishna and Ayana. Very good. Who was the Gopa friend of Krishna that said he will protect Krishna's flute? Sudama, Kusuma Seva, Stoka Krishna, Madhumangala. Yes, Kusuma Seva. All of you are getting everything right. So good. I'm getting points, I guess. Alright. Next question. Who did the flute? Who hid the flute when it fell from Kusuma Seva's arms? Radharani, Lalita, Tunga Vidya, Sangeeta Vidya. Yes. Alright, so it is Sangeeta Vidya. Let's see what the board says. The board says Radha Chaitra Ji is in first place, and then dot dot dot, then comes Krishna. Is it Tarun Krishna Das who is now Krishna? And then Ayana. And
I am Krishna.
Oh, Nitinji is Krishna. Okay.
Prabhuji,
Tarunji is dot dot dot.
No, Prabhuji, I am at the 6th place.
Okay. Don't worry about the place. Who was the demon that was leading the gopis away from Balram? Shankachuda, Keshi, Trinavarta, Agasura. Yeah, Shankachuda. Keshi is the horse demon. Trinavarta is the whirlwind or tornado demon. And Agasura is the big snake that opened its mouth and wanted to swallow Krishna. And Shankachuda, of course, is the demon we discussed today who had the jewel on his head. Okay, Tarunji is now in 5th place. Radha Chaitraji is in 1st place, closely followed by dot dot dot. then Krishna, then Ayana, then Tarunji. Okay, last question, everyone. Who was the person from whom Krishna got his flute back? Radharani, Lalita, Sangeeta Vidya, Vishaka. Okay, this time it is Radharani. Remember, Radharani dropped the flute when she got the jewel, right? Okay, so there ends our Kahoot. And we have 9 minutes left. What does everybody want to do? Everybody wants to go or chant something? Chant for a few minutes. Okay, first place goes to Radha Chaitra ji, second place goes to Krishna, third place Ayana, fourth place ... Oh, who was fifth place? I couldn't see it.
Me.
Okay, Sonakshi ji, very good, top 5. So all of you did really good, and I wish you a very, very happy Karthik the last few days. And if you want to stay back and chant, I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to chant. And some of you said you don't have beads or you don't know how to get the beads. On the chat, if you can put your name and address, I will mail it to you so that you can start chanting. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So all of you see, like if you have your Japamala, if you complete one round, you come back to Krishna, which is the main bead, and then what you do is you have to turn and then go back the way you came. You don't cross Krishna bead. So you can, if you have not chanted before, these are the basics, and then you keep going the next round. But if you stop, you can start again from the start. It's fine. So now that I finished one extra round, I'm going to move one of my counter beads. I have to do 16 rounds every day. So that's how I keep tabs of how much I'm chanting. So while we were chanting, Ayana was drawing a cartoon here. So Ayana, would you want to tell us what you're doing here?
Yeah. So it's based on the thing that we did, the pastime that we did today. So as you can see, this is Radharani and this is Lalita. And then they're talking about stealing the flute, and then I made little talking bubbles, and then this one is Radharani. You read this one first, and it says, "It seems that Krishna controls us with his flute. Yes, Radharani, I can see that. We should take the flute away from him." And then, look, who is listening here?
Kusuma Seva?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
good.
It's really nice.
yeah, thanks.
Okay, so thank you all of you. You see that we could finish 108 beads of chanting the Maha Mantra in just 7 minutes or so. So all of you should take 7 minutes of your day, if you're not chanting, to chant at least one round these few days of last days of Kartik. Thank you very much for joining. Hare Krishna. See you all next week. Thank you so much
Hare
for
Krishna,
staying back
Prabhuji. Hare
for
Krishna,
Japa.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Sonakshi ji, Radha Chaitra ji,
Hare
Vachakasya
Krishna.
Rupascha, Krapa Sindhu Pyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnave